It's time to dust off your favorite chair and sit in front of the big screen TV. Get a drink in your hand because it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Your number one host, the Thunder from Down Under, a man on a quest to make money for beer. Sparring DK presents Relegation Regen Rebuild, Atletico Madrid. Hello and welcome to the final Regionero count. This is for season number 6. We've had a very interesting season, but we do need to finish off this career mode. See who is the champion for season number 6. Obviously, this only includes the games from the La Liga competition. We may look at changing that, moving into FIFA 19, give more people an opportunity, especially with all the main players playing in the Champions League and the like. So, we'll address that once we get to FIFA 19. But we do need to finish off this Atletico Madrid series. So we are going to jump into it. And, well, I'm not sure who's going to win this one. It could be anyone. So if we take a look at the leaderboard from season number 5, it was Aguado who did take it out with 40 points. Can't see him being up there and about this season. He played a lot of the Champions League and Cup games and wasn't really involved that much through the season. So there'll definitely, I've got a feeling, will be a new winner. But let's jump into the count and see who comes out on top. Right, let's get this count started. It is game number 1, and the first vote of the day goes to Shabake. 2 votes here for Jose Manuel, and 3 votes for Aguado. So obviously he did start the season before the Champions League games got underway, and he's immediately taken the man of the match and starts the leaderboard off with 3 points. We move in to game number 2. We've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Lovato, and 3 votes for Jose Manuel. So Jose Manuel goes to 5 points, and that will take him to the top of the current leaderboard. We move into game number 3. We've got 1 vote here for Lucero, 2 votes for The Rock, and 3 votes for Rodolfo Gallardo, the captain of the Twos, picking up a man of the match performance. We move into game number 4. We've got 1 vote here for The Rock, 2 votes for Shabake, and 3 votes for Manolo Reina, his first man of the match performance, and he hits the leaderboard with 3 points. We move into game number 5. It's a pretty even spread there. Jose Manuel still leading at this stage. We've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Sergio Alvarez, and 3 votes for Jose Manuel, and he goes to 8 points. Time for game number 6. We've got 1 vote here for Chevalier, 2 votes for Cardenas, and 3 votes for The Rock. The Rock goes to 6 points and into second position. Game number 7. We've got 1 vote here for Lovato, 2 votes for The Rock, and 3 votes for Jose Manuel. He goes to first man to double figures into 11 points. Game number 8, we've got 1 vote for The Rock, 2 votes for Manolo Reina, and 3 votes for Ruben Cardenas. And he's starting to make a little bit of a charge into the middle of the table, is little Ruben. We move into game number 9. We've got 1 vote here for Ruben Cardenas, 2 votes for The Rock, who will go equal top of the table with Jose Manuel, and 3 votes here for Amaral, getting his first points of the season. We move into game number 10. We've got 1 vote here for Bashandi, 2 votes for Rotella, and 3 votes for Manolo Reina, who goes to 8 points and into third position. Game number 11, we've got 1 vote here for Manolo Reina, 2 votes for Ruben Cardenas, and 3 votes for The Rock. He goes to 14 points and top of the leaderboard. Game number 12, we've got 1 vote here for Amaral, 2 votes for Manolo Reina. He goes into double figures, and 3 votes for Maxim Vandenbroek, the Belgian. Game number 13, we've got 1 vote here for Amaral, 2 for Lloris, and 3 for Gallardo. So Amaral just picking up a few points here and there. Lloris gets his first points of the season, and Rodolfo Gallardo moves up to 6 points and into 5th position. Game number 14, we've got 1 vote here for Shabake, 2 votes for Manolo Reina, who goes to 13 points, and 3 votes is for The Rock. He's starting to make a little bit of a lead here, up to 17 points. Game number 15, we've got 1 vote here for The Rock, 2 votes for Shavik Sarr, and 3 votes for Maxim Vandenbroek, who goes to 6 points. We move in to game number 16. We've got 1 vote for Guimarães Billa, 2 votes for Diogo Rios, and 3 votes for Luciano Arnos, getting his first votes and points of the season. Game number 17, we've got 1 vote here for Reina, 2 votes for Rodolfo Gallardo, and 3 votes here is for The Rock. He goes to 21 points. Game number 18, we've got 1 vote here for Larice. 2 votes for The Rock, going to 23 points. And 3 votes goes to Shafiq Sah. We move into game number 19. We've got 1 vote here for Larice. 2 votes for the Italian Gasparoni and 3 votes for Rodolfo Gallardo. He goes into 11 points and into 4th position. It's time for game number 20 and we've got 1 vote here for Cardenas, 2 votes for Vandenbroek and 3 votes for Manolo Reina. He goes to 17 points. Game 21, we've got 1 vote here for The Rock, 2 votes for Manolo Reina, closes the gap by 1, and 3 votes for Chevalier. We move to game 22. It's a bit of a 2-horse race here at the moment between The Rock and Reina. We'll see how things pan out. We've got 1 vote here for Larice, 2 votes for The Rock, and 3 votes for Manciamina. I think we've just picked him up in the transfer window in January, and he busted himself a nice hat-trick, and he's picked up a man of the match performance. Game number 23. 1 vote for Shabake, 2 votes for Vandenbroek, and 3 votes for Rotella. He played right back all season in that reserves team, and he's picked up a man of the match performance. It's time for game 24. We've got 1 vote here for Gallardo, 2 votes for Larice, and 3 votes for Manciamina, another man of the match performance for the Swede. Time for game number 25. We've got 1 vote here for Russo, 2 votes for Sancho Gallardo, and 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez. Obviously, the first team played some La Liga action there, and I think a lot of these boys picking up their first points of the season. Game number 26, we've got 1 vote here for Cardenas. He moves into double figures. 2 votes for The Rock. He goes to 28 points. And 3 votes for Manciamina. He's making a bit of a charge here with 3 man of the match performances to go to 9 points. Well, we move into game 27. The Rock with a 9-point lead. We've got 1 vote here for Pinto Trabulu, 2 votes for Shafiq Sah, and 3 votes for Ruben Cardenas, going to 13 points and moving into 3rd position. Game number 28, we've got 1 vote here for Arnos, 2 votes for Lovato, and 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez. The first team must have kicked in there on the off game. But Alvarez has picked up a few points in the games that he has played. We'll have to see how he finishes up the season. Game number 29. We've got 1 vote here for The Rock, 2 votes for Sah, and 3 votes. Well, it's big Nick Evans getting his first points of his career. I think that's when he scored his first goal as well. Game number 30, and we've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Amaral, and 3 votes for Arnos. So the first team kicking in, and Arnos getting a man of the match performance. Game number 31, we've got 1 vote here for Shafiq Sah. He goes into double figures. 2 votes for Gasparoni, and 3 votes. Well, it is The Rock, and he looks like he is the out-and-out leader here on 32 points. Time for game number 32. We've got 1 vote for The Rock. He is really pulling away now. Lucero with 2 votes, and 3 votes here for Manciamina, who goes to 12. He's picked up all man of the match performances when he has scored points. Well, we move into game 33, and only 5 games remaining for points. The Rock is way out in front, but let's have a look at the votes. We've got 1 for Manciamina, 2 for Gallardo, and 3 for Cardenas. He goes to 16 points. We move into game number 34. We've got 1 vote here for Aguado, 2 votes for Russo, and 3 votes for Sergio Alvarez. Anytime Sergio was getting a crack in La Liga, looks like he's picked up some belters, and he goes into double figures. Not a bad effort from the young lad. Well, we're on the home stretch now. I don't think anyone's going to catch The Rock, and well, he's picked up another point here to go to 34. Chevalier with 2 votes and 3 votes for Larice. Game number 36, we've got 1 vote here for Big Nick Evans, 2 votes for Barrios, and 3 votes for Pinto Trabulu. Game number 37, we've got 1 vote for Larice, 2 votes for Gasparoni, and 3 votes for Chevalier. And yeah, you're going to have to declare The Rock the winner. I don't think anyone's going to get that many points in game 38. Well, the final game of the season, and let's get into the votes. We've got 1 here for Damn Calls, his first votes of the season. 2 votes for Nick Evans, He's picked up a few points of late, and it's 3 votes here for Deisenberger, the man that just came out of nowhere, off the rookie list, won some sort of competition to get a gig here, and he's got himself 3 points, scored 2 goals, and well, it would have been nice to see how he turned out in a couple of seasons, but picks up 3 points here in the Regeneiro. But The Rock is the winner for the final Regeneiro of Relegation Regen Rebuild for FIFA 18. He's taken it out with 34 points. An interesting leaderboard there. Everyone in the top 10 picking up 10 points minimum. So that is a very exceptional effort. Jose Manuel and Alvarez from the first team sitting there up and about. So obviously played good games when they did play for us. Mancio Mina in only half a season picks up 13 points. But your winner for season number 6 is The Rock. He is the Regeneiro champion. He'll hold the trophy until the next Relegation Regen Rebuild. And that is where we will finish this count. Thank you very much if you've tuned into this in the live stream or you're checking it out in the edited version on the main channel. I do appreciate your support in this series. And now we can look forward to FIFA 19. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And you have a good one.